I joined another gym where my son was training at, and the black belt there, too. Well, I'm trying to get this thing to work. I can't talk and think at the same time. I'm double tapping as far as like I can't get the GoPro stuff to work, so I know I'm recording, but I don't know how to upload this stuff.
Is that your Christmas present?
No, I bought it 2 months ago. I've gone on it. It didn't have enough battery to record, and battery would last 1 hour, and usually goes 1 hour. Anyway, so that's why I started seeing too. It doesn't matter. I have the phone, technology, but I don't want to go on that. Okay, so turn this. Gentlemen, and why you guys are trusting one with gators.
You know.
I'm not trying to go over it, so I'm not still John's on his way here. So tournaments are good, and what I was saying is hey, we're not professional, but tournaments are good. If you're interested, there's an idea it's required. So 2 locals and 1 big one. So this is a big one.
Yeah.
Local level, we have Spokane, coordinating. Doing locals are cool because you kind of gauge yourself, like I said, but you can also do that by equipment. It's not the same intensity, but there's no difference in jiu-jitsu. The only difference is your anxiety. But it is, and anxious feeling of being tested. But you got to remember, this is just another role. So you got to amp up your focus, but also understand security so that's the biggest thing that my son has after 2.5 situations. He's like, how do you know how to do this? It's a con. It's still just cool. So if you, one time,
Good morning.
I like referencing shooting a lot, and then everybody has a lot of shooting, but any of that gives you a result through your training. So if you go to a shooting competition, you can train once a year, and you have reinforce your fundamental, like obviously base posture, structure, iron score, attacking the key area, protecting the key area. Now Tanner, are your knees higher than theirs? Where's your head position? Going over the center of the bottom, keep your head on this side of the center of the body, so you don't get sweat, keep control, and then you can drive that knee over into my belly down. All these things are fundamentals. You know, I'm not going to teach you anything. I teach you really cool shit that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Fundamentals.
Yeah.
If I start shooting your leg, I said, no, listen, you get your base and I start attacking your leg. And you just stomp down that leg, and you don't let the elbow that leg, your base pump every point.
Yeah.
So, we're talking about competitions that are required on here, I'm just saying that they're good for testing one's self, it's not required. And I know they are not, you should just see the Tanner likes the mentors and saying, hey, you don't have to do it if you want to, you recognize doing this local one, bigger one. This one better is a bigger one. It's more of a wrestling based, half wrestling, half jiu-jitsu, just hard to explain, but most of them are based on the points, which is there's only jiu-jitsu points. You get 2 points for passing, 2 points for taking, 3 points for establishing side control, and then each one's going to be varied, and 4 points for mount, 4 points for back control, back mount, all that. So when we give those points, those are traditional jiu-jitsu, strong positions to encourage that but also to enforce safety. With this ABCC in Portland in February, it's good to go to if you're interested in doing it. We had the first half of the match is wrestling, so it's focused on 2 points, no points. There's no, if you pull guard, you kind of get it. Anyways, then the second half of the match is points, but it's really focused on submission. So it's only like this is the rest of the exhibition match. So if that's something you guys are interested in, talk to Tanner and let me know because I'm not focused on start with this position. It's very normally right. But what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to establish my back, chest to back connection. And as I'll probably keep over here. The hand comes over, doesn't matter which hand comes over. That's going to be your choking. So that's what you do. So you can already see, you know, I know I'm broad, I'm short. I can already tell it's long. Just from this position. So the seatbelt is one hand over, one hand under. Usually do the same one, but we'll switch. The one that comes over is think of snapping apart, grabbing the fatty portion. And I'm not trying to squeeze my hand into his chest, and if I do that, I have no control of the shoulders to rotate. That point of contact between my chest and my hands coming through his chest is not as controllable as my elbow that's coming over on his clavicle connections here, and my elbow on his bone wrist, and my underlip coming out. So this is where we're really have this control on the steering, and this elbow here. But it comes incorporated with this. So these heel hooks are not only pinning him with my knees, we'll turn it under to the knee pits. I'm also adjusting to the heel hook, like my heel's in his hip pocket. And sometimes, as I'm trying to get up, I'll even heel stomp. I'll put my heel on his thigh, and I'll use that push down and hook up. And you may have felt me do that to some of you guys. And I use this when you're obviously like I need you to go this way. When you do it, I'm doing this. I'll even trick you into this. Because if I get this hip and I got this under, I can't go anywhere. So being cognizant of cross-lateral hip and shoulder control, because if I get the same shoulder here, he's loose. You know, all that resistance. Right? So right now I just want to go over controlling the person without any instructions on how to escape. All I want is the person in the back to work. Sorry about that. It's all good. So I'm sitting up on my knees because this helps me practice. Keep my chest between his legs and his back. I already can feel that I was too low. I almost want to with that one. So I want my chest plate up here between the shoulder blades because I got shorter torso. I need my chin over his traps. I know most of you guys don't know if you know body parts. If you don't know body parts, I've had people, I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's trying to get my superhero symbol to his superhero symbol on his knee. That's what I tell the kids. If I'm down here on his back straps, I don't have as much control. But if I get here, maybe to put two towards them. Yes, I can here. This is just a connection point. So as he tries to turn this way, I'm going to lower this up, kind of raise this up, so kind of steering. He goes the other way. It's the same thing I try to encourage you guys on that body off. I'm dragging the body off, trying to encourage this. I felt with you guys doing this, I repeat on YouTube, I can't really take that with me. Getting low on the hips, you steer the hips. Same thing with this. Now that I put it together, I'm steering. So as he tries to turn toward me, right, I'm not doing hip control. I'm trying to give him just that one. I know you're not. I'm like, okay, here goes to the left. But you know I'm going to jump back. And he's going to automatically go back to the right. Using this heel in this case. But if I get that point where he's going here, I'm going to just take the end of it, and that's where I want to go. Using this hand simultaneously to control this hand, my ideal is like whatever shaking I have is coming in. That's what I'm going to do. Not going to let me I'm using it and using this now because it's 2-on-1. Because my whole goal is to go up. Think of it this way. I still got this one down here. What I'll do is I'll switch. I can't get this here, I can't spider crawl. Look at my head. I'm not disconnecting. I was want to disconnect. You stay tight. I'm spider crawl, spider crawl, spider crawl. I'm slowly getting where I want to go. It might happen, it might not. You might not be cognizant of it. You might go down full, a little bit more strength. That's why I already can tell that's not going to work. parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Don't bring it up, we actually want to do that. See, as you bring it up, might help us not. You might not get it set there, but I'm gonna push it. The moment I start making, that's when he has to turn it into me with chest to chest. So I use that little cheeky arm lock from the top and the bottom position because the guy with no legs showed me that he got me every time. He gave me his back every time I looked up to this thing. So, hand fight, your objective as the partner inside is to control your hands. I'm not even teaching you any defense. And me in the back, I'm just trying to control it. You're trying to escape, and if I lose it, I go to this, or I might have to go to the wilderness and just ride it. We're just trying to ride for 15 seconds, just a minimum amount. Either you get out or you don't, and then we'll reset. And this is for establishing back control. After you do this for a little bit, then we'll do finishing, and then we'll work on the escape. I'm intentionally not going over escape so that you can just do this naturally, get it out, right? So, to reiterate, we're going to do with our hooks, seat up, controlling with the elbows, and keeping control with your sweep nothings, which is sweep nothing, your awesome knee, right? Having heel connections and knee connections, but having a teeter totter between. What am I going to do? You having long legs, if you step on my knee, you're going to straighten my leg out, then you can establish your hooks. You guys be more flexible than me. Underhook the outside of the knee, driving the as you drive, you're able to manipulate that. You start feeling that control. Cool. So,
one thing that Steve watched me do, I did a bad move on Ghost Friday's class is I had back control, and then I went, I think I was in back. Anyways, when I was behind like this, someone had me in back control, and they pushed me back like this, and that was no, Steve stopped it. He's like, that's no good.
So
You always go to the side.
so
If it does happen.
just lean back a little, pause right there where you're comfortable. Look at his feet and his ankles, his toes, his ankles, everything's gonna snap. So this is another thing that is, go ahead and move forward. I'm glad you brought that up. I get upset when I see kids that don't learn this because they immediately want to pull people back, right? But kids are flexible, like Semper Gumby, they can be flexible enough to go back. But this little stretch that I do, I don't ever do my jiu-jitsu in this position. So I got my weights, but I'm stretching my hips and so this is not warm up. But when I'm fighting, I'm trying to keep this wide pyramid, but I'm also cognizant of if I post my foot up and I go back, I'm gonna jack myself up. So I'm trying to pull my foot here and post with my hand, but I'm coming over with my heels, so I'm saving myself. Saving my knees, luckily that's fine. So, with that being said, what he's talking about is instead of pulling them back, we always want to establish control and choose a side and go to the choking side when whenever a hand's coming over, because that's the side that I'm able to still manipulate. Whereas if I come in and take it back, and I go to the non-choking side, this is why we call it the choking pillow. This is the choking pillow. If I go here, I can kind of do this. So, if he starts fighting this, and he starts, I can't manipulate, I now allow him to start sinking out. This body only helps, this underhook only helps me from keeping going south. But if I go here, I go to my choking pillow, he controls this hand, I'm stuck with the mat. The mat's actually helping me not within my elbow position. So
ideally, to get out, you want to go to the other side and trap the leg.
yes, but we practice doing escapes to either side. So for the first few minutes, what we'll do is we'll watch them. We'll critique them, not critique them. I'll point things out for you to reference. And then I'll take your back and you'll watch him and then we'll talk back about him. So this is a drill for you to control. When we're about submission, if you do think you're going to get each other, go back to either a backpack, a seatbelt. Sometimes you might have to switch. We're doing a good job of controlling this. Switching over and under. Very easy. Okay. So we want about 50%. It's for your control. You're trying to escape. You can go 100 escape, you don't know how those ones, right? You're trying to escape. He's just trying to control. Okay, there you go. Left elbow towards him, Andy. Left elbow And what I suggested, it's hard to tell right from that from the too, right? And what I was recommending.
I was going around.
Because look at what he's doing, he's posting on that right leg.
Yeah.
So this is mobile, it's mobile. So if I'm able to do this, he got very long legs. I'm hoping that's what happened.
Yeah.
What he did, dude, this is why we learn. Once here, that leg, what he gave him, that ass on your ankle, and now he can move. What I'm gonna do is slink that way, slink to the left. On that, slink. And if you got your elbow in, your right elbow in, you're gonna do the basement. Does that make sense? So what people always do is this.
Oh, is that what I got?
People always do, they'll get here, and then they'll start switching back and overlap. All you're doing is letting you shift back. It's counterintuitive, I need to just remove chest to chest. And as you're punching my guard, my middle finger. That's all, it's getting that elbow back. We do an overtime thing where we're doing back control. As soon as your elbow hits the mat between you two, your shoulders are on the mat, you're almost out. If you still has this arm, you're not out to the mat, comes out. The elbow comes to the mat, so you're not out. So if I'm coming out here, I might have my shoulders down, and controlling his elbow with his chest. Out. That's when the time stops for that overtime time. So disregard his sleeve to face them, to go in and start fighting. So now I'm going to control his back. So you can feel the control, and then he's going to take my back, because he's working on the back control. I'm going to have to get away some of your secrets. When he gets to the back, he's like, I'm getting to the back. I'm not really 100% sure what to do. So that's why we're working on this too. Me too. Okay? Me too. So, he's going to break it out for you, I don't know. But you're going to look and see what I'm trying to do for control. Right? And I'm not trying to choke, so it's on whenever you want to go.
3, 2, 1.
So it's not that he's strong or athletic, he's countering my control levers. He felt the shoulders, as soon as he felt me tweaking on his shoulders, he hip switched, right? He doesn't
One
have
thing that I can explain is that like I can feel the path of least resistance. Like I feel a hole, and I started going towards it. I felt a bigger hole that way, so I tried to roll into that, which then opened up this one way big, and then I did it.
That's what he's doing. He's using his upper hemisphere and lower hemisphere. He's controlling the top. It's not a risk. I feel it opening on my lower legs. My legs are coming out. Once his hips were out, he's able to turn his shoulders. It might be differently. And you felt controlling two different guys, Todd and me. We had different escapes. Todd had a traditional jiu-jitsu move. So, now he's going to control me. I'm just going to try to see. You're not going for some minutes, right? It'll be nice.
3, 2, 1, go.
So I'll go slower. I'm feeling a lot of control. Because I do about the grips, you saw me fighting the grips, fighting his hooks, and he's not going 100%. He's trying to control. Right? The moment you start panic control, you lose contact. He was fluidly accelerating, decelerating. He's not going gas pedal brake, gas pedal brake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So how did you feel about that?
I felt like I needed more elbow control. I felt like I left gaps for that. And then I think I probably gave up the seatbelt. I didn't know what to do. I knew you were getting out on my legs. And I just didn't know what to do. So I tried to stretch me. But, I mean.
But that's what I mean. You guys are all doing the same, so we're gonna highlight your accomplishments, and we're gonna try to point out and minimize whatever deficits you have. Because, you know, we're all human. So now we'll switch.
And this is hard for me with a low leg.
Because he's taller, right? So you can also put your top of your heel on top of his hip muscle. So try to get closer to his tummy, just with one. And you hips. They always tell you do not ever cut. Because what he can do is an ankle lock, or he can overhook your legs with his legs, and he'll break your ankles. But this is one thing they never teach you as a white belt, because you're not supposed to know yet. You cross your ankles above the hip. You're no longer in danger of this. Yes, he can reach down and grab your ankles, but you can cross. Because you're shorter than him, you're still going to control his hips by this cross ankle that has to be above his hip line. Or above the thighs, let's put it that way. So you might only get this. Right? Or the other side.
Especially if I'm coming to the choke side.
Right, so I'm not saying do that, I'm just saying there is that option.
Okay.
We just don't want to cross. So there you go. So you're trying to get out, you're controlling probably 50% just to control most of this. Yeah. John, get in there, get him to start. You're gonna take John back. 1, 2, 3, go.
Feels like such a secure position.
Yeah, that guy right over now. So now, what I noticed, you figure out what works for you. You went over here, and you went this under, which is a gable grip. And that's totally fine, because this hand's still on top. They can still peel that. So you want to think about, if you do this, the first hand they're going to grab is going to be the top hand. But you had great control of him because you had that cross body. So was this grip incorporated with the elbow control? It worked for you because he was able to kind of slinky in between you. So it did help you. But be cognizant, in that grip, the top hand is your choking hand. So if he does double grip this one, you can no longer choke. This is why I suggest you, I recommend you do this. So now you're grabbing on this hand. So if his hands do slide on this, he's going to peel this one away, or this one's hopefully still free to go. Does that make sense? So overhook, you did overhook, you grab the step. So if I stab the heart, my hand's making a fist, I'm doing this. Does that make sense?
Over the top.
Yeah. This sometimes you're gonna have to do because you just want to go on that little motherfucker. Or the big motherfucker. Right? Whatever. So now I'm gonna go in and same thing. You guys are gonna call the time. And then we're gonna do less than a second. If he holds my back for 15 to 20 seconds, he won.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I was paying attention to that.
That's about the amount of effort you want to, because you can hear when I'm rolling. I'm not overexerting myself. I'm not in this full body. I can't do that. But the thing is, being an outdoor, you didn't exert as much energy with me. You didn't feel me like, I'm trying to slim down. I'm trying to slim down with him too, right? So each person gave you a different feel.
Yeah.
So now you're going to take it back. So you're going to take it back. Once we do an iteration of this with each of us, then we'll work on our sleeves.
Can we do anything?
Sure. wasn't to keep choking. You were just trying to keep me from escaping. So you started to see patterns of it. How did you feel so? You had to work it slower. You went from to gauging.
Yeah, I wanted to put in my head. I was like, I had rolled a couple of times. I wanted to try that one that Todd did, because his name Todd. And
We'll be honest.
when you said go, I didn't put my
I
leg.
guess.
I was like,
I'm not even gonna do
And then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna try that. And then, so it took a second, and I was like, okay, I'll just try the roll again.
So what I saw, I don't know what you felt before you saw it.
But obviously he's very strong.
Right. That's really
Yeah.
self-protection position. You felt
Yeah.
strong. And you want to go to a higher level and they didn't quite destroy you. You're strong. But we know, he didn't strong. But the thing is, with who it felt, I perceived that John's escape and testing is a little bit here and then like, oh, let me work on what he's controlling. The activity was a little bit slower to follow. I'm not saying he was out of control. I'm trying to use that moment of surprise. Okay, let me now work on this. Okay, yeah, okay, what's the room? And then when we started on face down, I said, well, so try this way. You're like, shit, I got chased. And you did the right thing. Both of you guys did the right thing. But now I'm gonna go in there, and you guys are gonna watch. When you start controlling the head, you start using both underhooks, they can slink out to the side. We'll go over that escape. It's you can still control the head, but what I want you to do is do one or two underhooks. Because now they have to go north, but your feet are preventing their hips from going north. So because you're tall, you're gonna actually want to go over your shoulders. Once both your elbows are over your shoulders, they can slink that side. A little easy. I'm not saying you're gonna let. That's why you use your long legs and not with their knee. Make sense? Or cross body block you did. You can't go anywhere. When you get really left to it, you're gonna make it hard to move. Yeah, you can call it once you got his seat up, you can call it. So
That's what I want.
that's
And I was right.
this is the traditional jiu-jitsu back escape. Alright. It's hard to feel. It's hard to explain what that feels, but
Can we do it again slower?
for sure. But I'm gonna talk it through without you and then I'm gonna demonstrate it with you at 20% speed. Again, like the hand control, the hand fighting, you're not fighting hand fighting once it gets there. You're already in a real role, you're fighting before those hands come through to your periphery. But with this, because he's already starting to seat belt, I'm naturally sitting with my elbows tight, and then I'm trying to be on my active toes. So I'm trying to be in my iron scroll, I'm not gonna sit like this. The difference is in this. Here, I'm a dead leg. Let's put it that way. Here, I'm trying to keep my elbows inside. I'm not digging into his knees so he's not cognizant of it. But he already feels the difference between this and this. You already feel the difference there. So if he comes in, I'm just a dead fish, cool. But if we make this our default where I'm like, before you get your seatbelt in, I'm here, like, alright, go. He has to slink in, right? I'm already in a gang between his knees. This is gonna be my default. So that even if I get into someone's back control, I'm already in here defensively. Okay? My elbows are inside and my active feet. I'm not.
A little bit of pressure.
I tend to get a little loose because I got a big neck and go ahead and choke me so I get my feet. You guys both notice I immediately go with feet. But if he's got my neck like this, fuck his feet. I'm in trouble. Yeah. But I try to twirl my neck, tuck my chin, I put my chin in the elbow pit. When I put my chin in their elbow pit, they can't really choke me. Oh, they can break my jaw. If they want to come over my jaw and start breaking my jaw, they'll break right here. He's not gonna do that. So anyways, so we go back here, go ahead and we'll start. Yeah, ready? So what I do is I lean off to this side, and I try to get this leg off me. I kicked, and I got my butt cheek on my thigh leg. He starts to do this. He still has this stuff, and he's doing a good job of controlling him. So I just slink. We're gonna do both my shoulders on the mat. Now my arms trapped. This is where we were at, right? Now if he tries to regain control, I'm sitting on his leg, which is connected to his hip, he can't gain control. This is where I'm telling you, use this butterfly underneath my knee. You get my hips back. So, I'm gonna start coasting this leg, and if you put my leg in here, I get no control. And then roll to your right. But that's essentially what I did. Once I got my shoulders in that, all I had to do was worry about getting that hand out. In a real fight, it's going to be more than that, but this is why we're working on these escapes. So, I'm going to hold you guys. I want active to put your heels in, put your knees up. This is going to be your starting position. Right? I'm going to have to. Okay. And we're just going to, you're going to let me in, but you're going to let me know you're not just going to do that. Right? Ready? Go. Now here, he's leaning his ass off the ground on my hips. I'm carrying his weight. He already hit hard from the top. This is the position one gets. Go. This may be easier for you, but what I want you to do is lift your butt up the weight. Your heels are going to be almost like your lower back, your kidneys are going to be elbow. Okay. So this, like sit up, get this man. Yeah, dude. Like, you don't have to do this platform thing. You need climb this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Sit up. Okay, let me carry your weight. Now work your seat.
And if you can, scoot the outside.
Yeah. And what John's saying, when you start feeling that,
You feel like you can get the ass off. So the first thing I did, it's like that, and then I went a little weight on it, and then I was right on the diaphragm instead of the chest.
so your kidneys go to my hip, then once you feel that, like your back straps, you go to my chest. And you can also kick straight out on the ground and move the hip level. Let me do it. Good job. Just let me in there. So this is, I'm exaggerating this, because you immediately feel it. And he's not giving it up. Now, when I go back, and I want you to move a little bit more. I want you to stay on top a little bit. Getting your heels in close to your butt. You're going to put your kidneys out on my hip. Once you feel that, then I'm going to have you teeter your weight to here. Then you're going to kick out one of your legs and I'm going to lose it out. So, get your elbows tight. 1, 2, 3, lean back. That's how I'm out. Now, arch your back, put your back down. Keep one leg up.
I felt that.
So you're going to do that same drill. So you get snug, it's not like, get up there, take it. Let me get up there, come on. Okay, ready, go.
And see what I do, that's slink like this. And see now, his rib cage protects his lungs, right? And you tell me if anything's wrong. And then, so what I'm doing, I'm gonna make it hard for him to breathe. I'm super comfortable right here. Like, that's what I think is like, I'm winning right now. If he wants to fight me, try and choke me, whatever, everything's at his disadvantage. I can sit on his lungs and make him tired for later when I want to try and submit him or whatever. Like, this is what I see people, they're not comfortable with this, but I actually am comfortable right here because I'm like, I know that I'm wearing him out.
So he's either lower on my hips or go a little bit higher. You go higher. I'm having to worry about that.
And then it's like, I actually, in my head, and you tell me if any of this is wrong, but in my head, what I do is like, I'm gonna lay on his lung.
So,
And then I'm gonna wait for him to go do something.
get it each of their door. I'm using my hip flexor right here. It's not a powerful position. Sit in that uncomfortable position, get the seatbelt. So John, get in that position.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. I just slink.
So he's slinking south.
Slink immediately.
I suggested going north because your butt's not off the mat, but he's still active on his heels.
Right. And so then I'm gonna put him on his lungs.
So find which one that works for you. I'm shorter. I do a long. That's really effective what he's doing. So go for it too.
So it's like 3, 2, 1. Slink.
This works for me because I'm shorter.
You're gonna have to engage everything and really work. And I'm just saying. And if you go here, or you lay your leg down for a minute,
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the same principle of getting, same principle of getting on the hip. Okay. He's going south first. I'm suggesting you go north. Find out which one works. You might have to do both depending on the length of their arm, their elbow control. Yeah. So with this one, we're gonna also start from seatbelt, but I'm gonna have you go into whatever position you feel comfortable on top, and then kicking the leg out to escape and then just sitting on that bottom. So. Practice going south. From here, go. Now like I said, see south, and then, yeah. Now once you do that, see south, kick one leg out. That's all I want you guys to do.
So you're going up and down? And then
I'm doing that because I'm shorter.
Right.
You're going down just fine.
Okay.
All I'm saying is you're gonna need to find out.
Tell me that's wrong. I know. When Todd was doing that to me, like, I felt him do that.
You can start going south because I'm not actively trying to wrestle you, and it's working. What I'm saying is you're gonna have to do one or the other.
Right.
I'm just suggesting this down, but if you can go straight to that, which works, that's cool. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
See, I like the brings the rates I can help. I ain't letting you get there, but I'm not gonna take it. Okay? So go ahead and position sleep south, like I said. Now lift your ass up and lean back. See that? That's all. So now find a position where you keep one hand. That's all you need. You're very good. That's it. Go. You just take one leg out. You sit on it. And your sleep's already 50% there. You're kicking that leg out.
You start getting close so that you can create that kick.
I'm ready in my iron squat position to actively start sitting on your leg. Make sense?
And so just like my plan was to do that when we started rolling, but I gave it up. Like I was like, when I got in, I was like, oh, they're loose, and they were at 3, 2, 1. And I will say that once you had me, I couldn't get it. Like I was trying to get down in there, and that's why I rolled. So that I'm bringing the point to that, like he's saying, don't let him get to where you're like this.
Yeah.
When you're chicken wing, because you like chicken wing me, and I was like, the only thing I can do is roll.
Again, and I know I use these other kids terms, but they're using that bikini area, right? He's controlling that undershot.
Right, it's just so important to not let him in there.
So we're gonna do live rounds of from back control and strive for a minute and take turns. So we're working on finishing. Let me take
That's fine.
Yeah, then what? So ideally, when I do finish, if I can get to what's called a collar round, this one you just demonstrated. If I can get to this collar time, I'm pulling this, trying to get my elbow, that's a short from the elbow, with my elbow under his chin, and I want to be this high. If I can get this high, I can do a one-handed choke where I'm pushing. This blade clears carotid into my jackass bicep, right? But what I'm trying to do is constrict the side of it. I'm also doing that with the rear naked choke, so knuckles out, I'm going here. Literally spider climb. I'm a big fan of the spider climb. Yeah, so what I do is sometimes I get to that collar tie, I make a butterfly in my mind, wristwatch over wristwatch, the choking hand is on the shoulder, on their shoulder, so the one that comes from under comes up and over. I'm making a knife blade, knife edge, going behind the nape of the neck, right underneath that crown, and I'm slinking it in, but I'm using this hand to go over the bicep. This one's going over my shoulder. If you got long enough arms to go over your tricep, that's cool. So, this is what we're going to practice. We should talk about this. We'll practice this. So you get to this with your hand, with your left hand. And I'm just trying to practice here, and we're just going to do control. And he's going to try to escape, and I'm just going to keep this for control. So, you're just going to feel this, and you're going to start getting control. I want you guys to feel how much after one of this, and use your hand. And I'm going to get right into it. So from here, all I'm trying to do is control. You can feel the pressure in your hand on your shoulders. So there it is. You feel the pressure coming up. So when I get everything in the right position, because this is all we just did in the first half of class, if I can get here, you get a leg. You get a leg. And this will be a leg. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's cool. But you felt the amount of effort you gave. Well, yeah, no, I just, how much effort, I didn't put any less effort, it might have felt like being a little down, did I put a lot of effort into it? Did it feel like I had control?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's my point, if you can get to that, if not, you're not gonna get that. Your torso is short and great. So if I can't get this, and you're double clutching on this hand, and I'm not quite there, you get all felt this head that you don't have, that's why I don't know. But if he's really hooking on this, he's got these great grips on his hand. I'm gonna do something. Simultaneously pull his hand out, keep my head forward. I'm popping this, that's just gently and I'm popping. You're like tapping the rest of you loose, small, not loose. But every time I tap, I'm opening my hand and reaching over. That's the motion, and that's about the method. So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on keeping this hand in and preventing you from doing this. Right? And I can't get here, can't do this. So now I want you to tuck your chin and I want you to fight this.
Is the counter or triangle with that, is that all possible? Like slink your shoulder in so you're like use your momentum to roll me out.
So this counter would go 2 on 1, but this hand is close here to reach my hand. Once he reaches the end of that maneuver, there's nothing for me. So yeah, this is important. But you can see how effective that is. That's as effective as we got down here on the blade of arm. It's strong, but it's not as strong as this. And you can tell, you guys don't lose any strength in your muscles when I do this. All I do is use the compromise in your elbow. Right? Tricep extension, punch down, as hard as you can. Okay, now grab your hand. You can punch that way. Okay. It's stupid in those averages.
It is, from here to here.
So our battle right now is not this seatbelt. It's seatbelt control. It's wanting to get to this, or there's a short choke. When you get enough here, sometimes I get this gladiator position. I'll just exit, and I'll use this curling mechanism. Watch where my elbow ends up here where I want it here. So you're gonna get both hands on here, and I'm trying to, this doesn't work, I'm gonna reach, go ahead and hold tight with both hands on that. I can split that here. So I'm prying this with this connection on the back of the blade. And you saw, again, be cognizant where my elbow starts. Really hold that. It comes across. These got grips, you got controls. But that's just gonna come time. So we'll start with that. We'll start from back control, and we'll go for 30 to 60 seconds. So we'll do a round robin. One person stays in for 3, they stay back control. If not, keep them out. We'll rotate out.
Makes me have that.
You can submit or if you can control. If you can control it for the whole time, then you stay in. If they escape, then you're out.
So where do we start?
For back control with hooks, double hooks. So where we start, just like that, you're gonna put your feet over his thighs, John. And yeah, it's gonna be so. You're gonna do this.
And you want this one?
Oh yeah.
I'll give you, just give me a 10-second.
And he's trying to escape and I'm trying to choke, I assume.
You're trying to control, you know, if you can choke,
Yeah.
definitely choke. There's a 1 minute one here, I know it. Sorry guys, just so many questions. 12 seconds. Alright, so it's gonna be 1 minute rounds with 12 second resets. So as soon as we finish the timer, another person jumps in. So that's how you start every time. So you get a 10-second countdown, and you're just trying to control your chin on one of your straps. There you go. Use the other shoulder. Just chin on the other shoulder. There you go. control, so you're out, Andy, when time starts. Go. So you did escape.
Really good foot scout.
So you escaped.
Yeah.
He had to transition back. We'll give it to him for control time. That's all.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think you lost.
No, I was good. His heels were
That's
really
what I'm saying. You got 5 seconds. Go ahead and you can put your hands on his hands. You can start getting your active feet. Yep. Time to go.
Okay, someone was like that.
Ten seconds.
Nice, Brady.
Okay. John, you're in.
How do you make me do this?
And I'm not even using my head, so I'm probably going to bring it my ear. Now you're right.
Wait.
I'm saving, but he's not letting me out.
That's good.
So it's gonna help you out. Very good. You need to rest. Oh, yeah. You will come in eventually. Okay. Maybe that's not good. This is gonna help us with back control. Once you get the sound of back control, you're gonna defeat them morally and spiritually. You take that back. Yeah, 10 seconds. That's already done. I'll check the time. Can you set the time check just to see the time?
Oh, yeah, sure. It is 8:30.
8:30 is your.
Well, you got 1 minute. Till 8:30.
Right elbow and hips, right elbow and hips. You can. I know it's hard. This is where you can find yourself a lot. You get to the back. You know, it's like, you might have less numbers, but you're able to hang on harder on it. Especially when they have yeah. It's all good. That's what we're doing.
That's good.
You ready to go? You want to? Sure. Okay, cool. She's not a little small. She's a little more.
Oh, seriously?
No, not this one. You're on the phone.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going?
15 minutes down there, I thought it's that bad. He's got big ribs, he's got big ankles. We'll see that first for him. Walk out, try to walk the hips up. So what did I do? I opened up his head, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I just slipped out.
Let me see that again.
But this isn't like, oh, look how good I am. It's all I had against you. So I'm really upset. I'm here. I had nothing because he had good control. So. Well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna. So.
I got a date already though.
But that's
So
so.
you can have this. Thanks for coming.
Say you have a date.
A date, yeah.
That's awesome.
We keep going if you guys are going to stay at school.
I got a little bit of time.
Do you think? After me?
It's how you did.
I don't know if you're right.
I'll spend it.
Alright, cool. Is there anything you guys want to do? Having this, you want more speaking or more finishing?
It's escaping for me. I could care less about finishes for a year.
That's fine. That's fine. So the reason why they both go hand in hand is because you need to understand.
Right, what we're trying to do.
You need to understand what the escape is so you can deny them.
Right.
So, with you, if I did do that, you had complete control. You're just gonna have to fight with your neck, and I don't want you to straighten your neck. Trying to control my hands and use one of your hands to get my hand off your head. You've got great control because you're crossing the ankles above the hips.
Yeah.
It's almost like a lot of pockets.
It's interesting, like the size differential. I would think that my legs would go into the other person if it's not comfortable. It doesn't feel like I have good control. Unless you have incredible locks on the like inside of the legs, and it's just like the right size.
Hamstring curls and heel position.
Yeah.
His hamstrings are actively engaging the connections. Once you get a little bit more comfortable doing that, you're gonna use less effort for those connections. And you're gonna start rotating your knees and your hips and your ankles.
Yeah. Your little crossbar thing's awesome too. Like, it's not only that you're big, you're strong too. So
You're comfortable with your legs, so you're able to move your hips away from the back to control with your heels and your knees. So it's not, you guys are both built more for jiu-jitsu, whereas you have length. I'm a little barrel or roly like he says. So it's hard to
Armadillo.
whatever. But I get it. So the body types are gonna matter. So I really don't, when I hear such short people say, I'm too short to do jiu-jitsu, well, we just gotta adapt to that. For you guys, your strength's gonna be different than his, and you guys are just proportionally similar. You're gonna be able to do a lot of chokes and triangles. You can do triangles, depending on what your knees, the leg needs to. So escapes. In here. But I want you guys to think that there's different ways to go. If I force this to go to the choking side, I want you to control this choking arm. And if I force it to this side, well, I'm at an advantage. He's already rotating his hips. He's trying to fly his shoulders, but he's pinning my arm so that I can't choke him. Because all I've got is from my elbow to my wrist to try to choke him. So your defense starts there. He's got the inside control of this, and he's pinning my elbow here. Now, as the shoulders flatten out, this shoulder's going to flatten. He's actually getting away from me. Look at how my arm just opened up. This is why I emphasize bringing this in and trying to slink this out. That allows me to turn. So, this is a torpedo escape, but this is all contingent on knowing. I'm going to bring you here. He's already active, so walking on his heels. Look. If he didn't have his heels elevated, his hips wouldn't go. That little top, that little conscious. But if I'm here, I'm having to take one step to get to that active. So you're slinking down, you're on your heels. That's right. You saw or felt me slink up, slinking down to just what you're doing is just getting your weight off the mat. Go back. You're the other side. So your escape, this is all for your escape. If I force this way, if you can get on this leg, now I cannot control that hip.
right.
So I want you to think of getting your hips out. I can't choke you. I end up going to this. Control that. I don't have anything. Once I start trying to compensate for that, he's getting that inside elbow. He's already facing. So he's still trying to get his shoulders down, but now he's got the shoulders down. I'm coming across his shoulder blades. I got nothing here to hold. So I got to bring it back in here. And you felt that when you were like, oh, if I can fight, I can fight. At the same
That's
time.
what was near impossible with Drummond and back and forth. He did not get that leg for anything.
So a lot of you guys have great grips, so take it take like that. This is where the hand fighting comes in. Tanner emphasizes being inside battle. So thumb and thumb. So it seems counterintuitive, but what we're trying to do is loosen the grip. Trying to do this. Trying to take the elbow out, get my elbows inside. This is what I want. But because obviously not with them. So my hand fight goes to this, I like go into the thumb to control the wrist, and I control the wrist and the thumb. But it's not over yet because you can still pry my elbow up, right? So it's not just that, it's like out. Try to get the inside grip with my thumbs, and then here I'm safe. Now I can start opening my south escape or getting off on it. But this is where I'm at. And this is where Brady was at a deficit a couple times when we started holding headlock. Because he's like, I'm losing it when we do this head control. But if you start going and get a grip, just to control a little bit more from the body, right? So you got this under, so you got power when you're controlling from here, right? So what I want you to think of is if you get caught in this position, it's not over yet, but I gotta get under this elbow. See you later. So here, this is only saving me just a little bit. I'm trying to go south. But with this little thumb lever, it was harder for him to choke. He could still manhandle me, force me to go back, shooting in, and getting it. Don't actually force it. So I gotta really be worried about this. My escape from this is don't worry about the legs, worry about the hand fight with the chin, and then you start doing that. So your escape should be I take the choking side. Oh, of course you did. Good job, let's run. Right? Inside out. And now you're gonna sling this shoulder down, which opens up my arm. You also stick up my leg, get this elbow in, down and back. Make sense? Back. This one. This. You're still controlling this, but you're actually bringing that elbow out. Your left elbow's gonna shoot out, and you're sitting on the leg. Now you're gonna sling this right leg. All simultaneously, we'll try to work on it. Inside control. So, boom. Get one thumb into my hand, I'm tapping. Boom. The other one, do cross. Yep. There you go. And then, now, the shoulders in. Keep the wrist control. Keep the wrist control. This is where you want to go. Now, same thing. I take it to one side. You want to use this position. I don't have an overrun. Or you can swing south. Because you got your inside control, you can shut me up over your shoulders. You want to try out? Right for inside, cross grips, get your elbows in, now swing set. Keep going. So keep going south. I'm trying to show you how, but just watch. Let's see what I'm talking about. Shrinking south.
Okay.
So I haven't done this thing yet. So
Inside control.
like this.
Yep. And try to get your left elbow inside. When instead of doing that, which is good, I want you to stop. Just sling it. Okay. I can't chase you. So you can go to that side, or you can start just one little extra shrimp. You're down there. So those are your escapes for the
No, you're going.
no problem here. All of them.
Thanks for not
Thanks,
leaving.
guys.
So since he's leaving, what do you do about when they cross thing? That thing is, I mean, it's hard to defeat. You grab the neck.
Is that a foot joke? It's hard to defeat.
Shank them.
No, it's like the same thing. I'm complimenting you.
I also did tell you that was good. I didn't say don't fucking do that.
Like I can't do that.
No, I was
Especially
joking.
on him or you. You know?
Anytime you can, you gotta find the right spot. I don't want to help him with time. Too far. If you get on the tongue and you get a little bit figure four, you're fucked, because then you start compromising for Yeah, no, I know. What I ended up doing, I have to do it with you too, I focus on one heel. I can focus on the knee, but not as much as if I grab the heel. It actually acts like a hammer, and I can try to move it. But it does expose my elbow for the control. So if I'm doing that to you,
What I try and do, and you call it like, yeah, I think about it, that's what we're supposed to do. I kind of go from the foot, I do three things, and I do them not even thinking about it. But I go from like the foot to the arm, to the twist, to the foot to the arm, and I wait for them to forget about one. And each time I'm playing with one, they forget about the other, and I'm feeling it.
so that's your body awareness and reflexing, yes.
Right. That's what I'm doing.
That's what I told them.
They're like, oh, he's so slippery. I'm like, no, I'm just,
That's what I talk about different hemispheres, top, bottom, feet, and
yeah.
So at least it's body lock, and I'll try to show you my version of it, because it's shorter, because I'm gonna get here. Right? That's kind of what it felt.
Yeah.
Right? So where's my control? My chest to back, there. My chin is down here.
Right.
So I'm here. So I want you to think of, if I'm here, use that right hand as up. Be cognizant of what heel's on top. And just pull up. I'm gonna try to keep it. That's all you have to do is pull it up. I might adjust, but that allows you to start working on top of the box or whatever you're doing. So even if I cross them really good,
Well, if I grab your toes that way, I feel like
if
that's.
you grab one or two toes, but no, the way you did it,
It's
perfect.
That is,
Yeah, you can get it.
that's a lot harder, easier than going.
That's fine.
You know, I can just.
So there's a little ankle lock there, which is fine. I like that.
Like that's no muscle for me.
I get it.
It's just a full arm.
Right.
Do that.
Just to kind of camp it, so just enough to get off.
And that's what I'm thinking. Okay, hey, I'm gonna tap there.
Yeah.
Okay, let it go.
And that's how they'll kick out, and that's the beginning time to see. And that's what I was gonna suggest, you can do it toe hold, but you're not trying to get the submission, you're not.
Just get out.
So, in tournament, the reason why they don't do ankle or ankle attacks up until purple brown belt is because of injury. We encourage you to do them, but being safe about it.
Yeah.
So like I said, yes, that's a move, but don't be hard about it. And you're not, you're absolutely not. This is why yesterday did legs, is because people start doing legs without any training. So you at least have exposure to, oh, I got this safe. Oh, I think I have good control. Now I can go for a submission because he knows what he's doing.
It's just my natural ability. When I pull on your heel, anytime well, like I said, I mean, I'm not trying to be boastful, but I am strong for my size. So anytime I feel like I'm like, ugh, to me, that goes reset.
It is.
Just like a total reset. There's a different way to address this problem. So when I was looking at your foot after I did that, my natural thing was like, what if I just twist his toe?
And
Like,
you
not
got your,
enough to like submit him, but
No,
just to unlock his
you
ankle.
also got your elbow inside my calf, so if my toe goes unlocked.
Right. Yeah.
That's fine. The only reason why I do the ankle is because I'm just trying to get it off.
Right.
You're doing the same thing.
Right.
But that's like I was saying, there's not a 100% skill work on it.
That's what I love.
Yeah. So with that body lock too, if there is an actual body lock, and I can't do it, if I can do it, I'll show you. But if they get an actual figure four, so their knees on this side, their ankles on this side, and they're coming across you're having, and they've got their figure four lock over here, so this leg's coming up, essentially like this over your body. Right? What we do is we roll to the lock side.
Okay.
So the lock now is not able to be manipulated.
And that's what he does, right? He tucks it all the way under the. I think he does.
So he does this. He does this.
Right.
Because he doesn't know to do this yet.
Right.
So he's doing this. So whatever locking side is on, if you're heavy on this one, you can't move it. So that's when you're gonna get your knee behind here, and that's gonna unlock the lock. So I'm gonna try to get you unlocked. Actually, let me show you. I know you're not gonna be able to get a lot, but we're gonna pretend like you're a bigger form. So what we're gonna do is get hot. So this is kind of a figure four, right? Kind of. I did it, yeah. So if I know that this is your knee, I can hold this knee on this side, or just try to start fighting that. Let's say you have a great lock on this side. I'm trying to get this one out, so that I'm unlock. So what I would do on that figure four, if you have a figure four,
I can get it.
if you can get it, but you can't, is fighting, overhooking the knee, keeping that figure four. Now you can't control it. Your lock hold is locked.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to adjust. You start doing that toe hold, but look, I'm controlling that. You're out. So if you can under one of the knees, he's gonna scramble. Oh shit. So I'm gonna try to lock you. You find a knee and you can under it and pin to the mat. Good luck, Dan. It's not gonna be that easy, but that's more than that. So what I felt is your arm was above my thigh. Now I want you to get your elbow in between the knee and the mat.
Okay.
So I want you to actually kind of open. So we'll start with this position. Alright, that's what I want you. Okay. Okay. Right there. Like I can't move. So it's either the toe hold, the ankles, on the inside, other than me, both, all of them, one of them.
Yeah. And be real careful with all of
So all of it is what control you have. Now if he's doing all that and he's choking you, well, that's the neck.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. I mean, I don't have to say that to you, but that's gonna give me reaction. But while you're defending, don't lose the position of the damage you have.
If he could ramp it up, do more what I do, he's gonna be good.
He will be good. No, he's good.
Like, I mean, he's tough to roll with, but his weakness is that he's 100% all the time. And so I get, like I did, I touched my chin, and he was rinking on me. And he was rinking on his legs, and I was just like,
So,
but he's going, and I'm like, you know.
and that's the thing, I know you can gauge the breathing, but I can operate in that heavy, deep breathing, so I'm a mouth breather, I can run a mile. I'm not,
You're different.
but that's what I'm saying, you also don't feel me tensing up.
No.
Whereas
It's different.
rolling with Tanner, me not tensing up doesn't work for me.
Right.
I have to stay safe like Todd all the time, and I don't. That's not me.
Right.
Todd's game is very much like the SBA traditional. He can do anything.
Yeah.
Think about it. He should be a black belt, right?
Right.
But he's a blue belt because of all these injuries and breaks in life.
Right.
So this is why I ask people locally, like, how long have you been training? You're a white belt. I don't feel that you are at a white belt level. You got a few stripes on you because of your experience
Yeah.
and athleticism. But there's some people that maybe look at athletes, they're fucking retards.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and that's fine. Andy was really good when he got here because he's flexible and athletic.
He's super flexible. That's why they rolled him on his back. Like when I see him sit, like he can sit on the floor
Yeah.
right here.
He does a lot of areas. So he's good, but he's also a fast runner. The arm
No,
drag,
he's good.
he's been doing the arm drag on me. Like I'll give it to him, I give it to him 3 times. Now he's trying it every time. I'm like, cool. You know, he's good. And I know he's doing it on me, he's doing it on you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's doing it to you, but
I don't think I rolled with him, I think one time, and I was like, oh, this guy, he had a good way to, you know, it's slinky, up, down, on cranking it up and stuff.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the other guys that, unfortunately, it's just like,
So now I want you to think of tools now that I'm gonna do a little bit augmenting. You got 10 minutes. Are you gonna leave at 9 or are you gonna stay?
I told Katie I'd probably be home, but we'll see.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is also, if you start feeling like you're just at a stalemate with that back control, switch to a Kimura control, and I'll show you what that is.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is making sure that you're holding one shoulder and cross it. So if I'm controlling one of you're just being a fucking beast. I can't be sure. I'm gonna, again, put it this. But I gotta control this hip.
Right.
So you're just gonna do that. Because if I start controlling that hip, I don't have shit. I'm gonna have that hip, I want this Kimura. So I'll show you how to configure this tool, but this is really good, so it prevents you from
What's the tap? Which way do you go?
So I'm not trying to submit you to shit, I'm just trying to maintain control.
Oh, okay, so this is gonna roll until they move around and you can really see.
Yeah, so this is gonna be the Kimura control,
Yes.
because what I'm trying to do is just not lose your back, but if I gotta lose your back, then I'm gonna make sure I don't lose your shoulders, right? So I would probably go back to this and try to go back to this, but you can feel like kind of elevating as a leader. But if you start slinking this way, I'm leaving the seat up, right?
Yeah, it is. That's
this end comes over from that all the time. But you can, you're going from here to here. So this is 2-on-1, except control. Unbagging it or no hand over. So unbagging the head just means I stay connected, I accept the chip. From here, if I'm losing something, I unbag the head, I maintain the wrist control of this hand. I grab my wrist. So now I'm controlling this with my elbows. But I have to have that head.
What's the defense to that, to get that leg down and roll that way?
Once you start going to the more, you're trying to get either high back or reestablish your back. Or we switch to one.
Right.
So I would say, defending it, bury my face in the mat, get the shoulder in the mat, and a hand on it. And now I'm using my lunge. I never really thought about defense on it.
Well, you've done it to me, I think somebody else does too.
Yeah, but you can see once you start attacking that limb, you want to protect it.
Yeah.
Staying in tight. So you can feel once you get that limb on my elbow, like sort of.
And it hurt.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. So you're gonna go take my back. Okay. Real quick, and then you can go. So, all I want you to do is get the seatbelt, get this collar tie, which you're not getting, so you 2-on-1, right? So you grab this, and you're gonna connect one point, and then we're gonna practice doing this. You're gonna stay connected, and you're just gonna keep this elbow up and over. Now you're gonna switch your grips. This hand goes to this wrist, and you go to this wrist. Your elbow's gonna pinch here. Nope, you're not gonna move, you're just gonna into my body. Okay. And this is how you're controlling it. You're trying to control this hip. Alright. So as I move, now you start bringing it up. You start moving it around. You can overhook this leg over my shoulder. You start working on a triangle. Oh yeah. You start doing a triangle, you go to an arm bar. If you go here, get this leg over. Right arm bar. Okay. So this is what we're gonna work on next week. You
Could also go back to choke.
Back
and
control.
have your arm there.
Kimura control, back to choke, to arm bar.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. But this all stems from what we did the last time.
Yeah, but that's a good, like, sometimes your best defense is a good offer. I can just hit it back and switch.
Yep. Yeah, Katie.
Yeah.
I can do it real good.
Easy, bro. Hey, Marlon. Good.
Good dog.
As a general rule, if they need like move or twist, I put it on the mat.
Yeah.
It makes it that much harder for them to get to become body mechanics. Triangle defense, just whatever's close, put it on the mat.
Good thinking.
Kimura defense, put it on the mat. Because you can't get my arm behind me.
Yeah.
There's no space.
He's had 2 years of my Kimura instructions on the mat. And he's really good at defending them now. That's my go-to on some people. It used to be, I don't know if it still is.
It's going on me, Mike.
It's what?
The Kimura's gone. A couple weeks ago when we had that giant in here,
Yeah, Cody, yeah.
nice dude. But he kept sending that crossface for the fences. So I wound up getting my frames in and ripping the Kimura.